Magdalena Carmen Frida Kahlo y Calderón, was a Mexican painter known for my many portraits, self-portraits, and works inspired by the nature and artifacts of Mexico. Inspired by the country's popular culture, I employed a naive folk art style to explore questions of identity, post-colonialism, gender, class, and race in Mexican society. My paintings often had strong autobiographical elements and mixed realism with fantasy. Although I denied the connection, I am often identified as a surrealist. I am known for painting about my experience of chronic pain. I rarely cracked a smile, as apparently I hated my smile and teeth. Early years and bus accident. Early years and bus accident. Although my birth certificate states that I was born on July 6, 1907, I hold that I was in fact born on July 7, 1910. This was no arbitrary choice. The year 1910 coincides with the Mexican Revolution that lasted a decade. My decision to contest my birth date was a politically charged one and was not done to simply make me appear younger. Leave it. I was born at my family home, La Casa Azul, the Blue House, to a German father of Hungarian descent and a Mexican mother of Spanish and Native American descent. As a child, I suffered a bout of polio that left me with a slight limp, a chronic ailment I would endure throughout my life. I was especially close to my father, who was a professional photographer, and I frequently assisted him in his studio, where I acquired a sharp eye for detail. In 1925 I was involved in a bus accident, which so seriously injured me that I had to undergo more than 30 medical operations in my lifetime. My injury was the way a sword pierces a bull. During my slow recovery, I taught myself to paint, and after my convalescence, I joined the Mexican Communist Party, PCM, where I met Diego Maria Concepcion Juan Nepomuceno Estanislao de la Rivera y Barrientos Acosta y Rodriguez, Few. Once again, I showed him some of my work, and he encouraged me to continue to paint. Marriage to Diego Rivera and travels to the United States. Our wedding was reported by the Mexican and international press, and the marriage was subject to constant media attention in Mexico in the following years, with articles referring to the couple as simply Diego and Frida. Soon after marrying Rivera in 1929, I changed my personal and painting style and began to wear the traditional Tijuana dress that became my trademark. It consisted of a flowered headdress, a loose blouse, gold jewelry, and a long ruffled skirt. The Tijuana outfit allowed me to express my feminist and anti-colonialist ideals. After we endured a couple of difficult pregnancies that ended prematurely and suffering a miscarriage in Detroit and later the death of my mother, I painted some of my most harrowing works. The year spent in Detroit was a difficult time for me. Although I had enjoyed visiting San Francisco and New York City, I disliked aspects of American society, which I feel are colonialist, as well as most Americans, whom I found boring. In a letter to my friend, I wrote that although I am very interested in all the industrial and mechanical development of the United States, I felt a bit of a rage against all the rich guys here, since I have seen thousands of people in the most terrible misery without anything to eat and with no place to sleep. That is what has most impressed me here. It is terrifying to see the rich having parties day and night whilst thousands and thousands of people are dying of hunger. Our marriage was not a usual one. We kept separate homes and studios for all those years. We separated a few times, but they always went back together. Last days and declining health. In 1953, my leg was amputated from the knee down due to complications from one of my countless surgeries. My health worsened as I aged, and my heavy use of pain medication and drinking habits didn't help. Yet I tried remaining active up until the end. A few days before my death, I mustered the strength to attend a rally in my wheelchair to protest the CIA against the democratically elected president. Shortly after the rally, on July 13, 1954, I died at the age of 47. Although a pulmonary embolism was listed as the official cause of my death, suspicions remain. The lack of a proper autopsy and a rushed cremation created intense skepticism surrounding the true cause of death. Some even suspected that I actually died of a suicide from overdosing. The suicide theory is further fueled by a diary entry I wrote in which I confessed frustration over my deteriorating health, punctuated with a drawing of a black angel. The entry was dated a few days before my death. Those who believe that suicide was the cause of my death point to the fact that I, known for my immense zest for life, was struggling at the end. The Frida Kahlo Museum and posthumous reputation. After my death, Rivera had La Casa Azul redesigned as a museum dedicated to my life. The Diary of Frida Kahlo, covering the years 1944 to 54, and the Letters of Frida Kahlo were both published in 1995. Although I had achieved success as an artist in my lifetime, my posthumous reputation steadily grew from the 1970s and reached what some critics called Freedamania by the 21st century. My enchanting artwork has also found its way into 21st century pop culture. My work has been widely praised for being deeply personal and for showing an insight into the female experience. I have also been praised for capturing my natural unibrow and other facial hair, which speaks to many about gender roles and body positivity. My openness with my sexuality, I was bisexual, and her gender-neutral dress at times has made me an iconic figure in the LGBTQI community. My fierce pride in my Mexican roots have also made me a source of pride for many in my culture. I was perhaps one of the best-known artists of the 20th century. The dramatic parts of my life, the debilitating injury from the bus accident, the turbulent marriage, the sensational love affairs, and the heavy drinking and drug use, inspired many books and movies in the decades following my death. In 1983, Hayden Herrera published his book on me, a biography of Frida Kahlo, which drew more attention from the public to this great artist. The 2002 film Frida, starring Mexican actress Salma Hayek, was an international box office success. This movie was nominated for 6 Academy Awards and won for Best Makeup and Original Score. My favorite motto was "Long live life." While I died too young, I live on through my paintings, and now my photos.